Oh my goodness, the Pantheon is online. Holy smokes. Let me get my microphone working. Is this working? Hello, hello, testing, testing. No, I'm not speaking through it. What about now? What about now? Probably mutes it. Yep. Cool, so it does work. Excellent. So today is a free for all session. I'm taking any questions that you guys might have. Pretty much anything, man. Or else I'm gonna freestyle and spit some wisdom. Okay, let's go. Okay. You better not get it confused. The views that come in, I don't know the news. I wanna turn it off. I wanna get lit on all the time. Cause you know it's all the rhymes that come into my mind. And I can't really recite my mind cause it feels so precise. I don't wanna precinct, I just wanna be nice. But I don't wanna be a nice guy. I just wanna go so fly nice. If you wanna really get the highlights, then you know that I gotta rhyme twice. And if you really wanna get the sign right, yeah, I don't know my sign, right? Yes, I do. I'm Scorpio. Plus, I know that I probably got the lobby flow. And I'm gallin' though. And I'm ballin' though. I'm falling over? No, I'm not though. Every single time I eat you up like nachos. Every single time that I feel it in the pothole. If you really know, if you want to be the not though. Yeah, yeah. Watching Narcos in the moonlight. Every single time that I feel too right. If you really want to get hyped tonight, then I guess that we can have alright, alright. Gonna eat all the rice. Every single time that I feel so sufficed inside of my mind, it feels so incredible. Cause you know that I am too illegible. You cannot read me, cause you know I'm on the TV screen and Sumed can't not see these MCs inside my mind. I just freeze these. I am like Frieza, I am like Goku, I am like Vegeta, I am like the smoke shield that will beat your beat up. If you wanna read ya, yeah, I don't wanna re-ya, but you know that if you wanna be named Maria or something that I carry your weight. If you really wanna go, then I carry the plate. If I curry my favor, then I can't really stay. If you really wanna go, then I gotta play safe. No, I can't. No, I can't really keep it clean like sanitized hands. If you wanna get mean, yeah. If you really want the screams, then you know that you gotta have dreams. Yeah, and I'm going to ascending. So much ambition, so much gifted. I just not know that I'm just too lifted. I just feel risking. It's a little bit risque. If you know what scripts say, if you really want to play all day, we gotta get tapped into ooh way. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm tapped in. That was a complete freestyle. What do I want to talk about, man? So energy is the baseline for everything, right? Energy is the base because you need energy to create a strategy. Without energy, you don't have a process to begin with because you don't have any movement, no momentum to do anything with. With the actual energy that you raise in vibration, you raise in consciousness. What is this all talking about, guys? This is talking about energy. Okay. And energy is something that is invisible. So we're getting controlled by invisible forces. That sounds really cheesy, woo woo, whatever you want to call it. But I really want you to understand this, that you're getting moved around by different things that you don't even know, right? Radiation, electricity, all these different things that you can't even see, right? Radio frequency waves, you walk into some environment, they might, someone leaves a chemical signal behind, right? Think about this. An eyelash falls off of a depressed man's face. A sweat gland, right? A sweat drop, sweat gland, what am I saying? A drop of, a bead of sweat is left in the parking lot. These are all chemical signals being left behind. So you're being controlled and manipulated by that. Okay? Someone felt confusion and then they scratched their hair and some of their hair fell off. And in the public restroom, after you use that same restroom stall and you start to feel a bit of confusion about something. Now, can we make that argument? Can we make that link? We don't know yet. Science has only gone so far to understand the signs of good vibes, right? There's constructive waves which build and destructive waves which basically disrupt or just fragment, right? Um, so we don't want fragmentation, we want integration. This is why we talk about being holistic healers, right? Holistic meaning you're bringing it all together, right? And so the thing about it is all of the energy that you have, it's got to be based on the process of maybe the 12 hours of the day that you're awake, right? You have a specific amount of energy and you got to ride the wave of that energy to actually get your point across or get things done, right? And I love the art of using the thing against itself. It's like giving the thing a taste of its own medicine. Do you guys get what I'm talking about here? Okay. You use the thing against itself. The obstacle, you make an obstacle around the obstacle. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. This is like an overlap. It's like how Facebook is now being called Meta or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so it's, I don't know where that came from, but yeah. Just such a strange thing, right? Being called meta, but also the idea of meta beyond, right? It's just understand you're using the thing itself to combat the thing. Is this making sense at all? I'll give you some examples so that you can make sense of it and really integrate and consolidate this information. Because it's like, what does that even mean, right? What does that even mean? So an example would be to disappoint your disappointment. Okay. I disappoint you. What is an appointment? An appointment is a meeting. A disappointment means you didn't make the meeting. You were late to the meeting. That is a disappointment. An appointment which you distanced yourself from. You distanced yourself from. That's a disappointment. So if you disappoint your disappointments, you have an appointment again. Okay? And that's such a powerful clue and powerful idea that I want you to really think about this, because this can work with a lot of different things. This can work with procrastinate on your procrastination. Okay? You have procrastination. It's like, you know, in math, when you have two like equal signs or plus signs or whatever, they cancel each other out. This is what I'm talking about here. You're using the thing against itself. This is a mathematical principle as well. We see it in math all the time, right? So procrastinate on your procrastinations. Doubt your doubts. When doubt creeps in, doubt it. Then it goes away. You see? So this is the thing. You're layering the origin point on top of itself. And you are allowing this energy to rise. You're expanding in your energy. Your energy must expand outwards like this. It can't go like this, okay? If it starts going like this, that means you're meditating. That means you're going inwards. That means you might be very self-conscious. It might be a lot of different things, but this is an internal, this is an external. The energy can go internal and we can consolidate it in our internal world, and that will change the external, right? As with and so without, as we know. Okay? As we know, so we know. Okay? So basically, you want to understand that the thing that takes most of your energy is digestion, okay? Think about this. The food that you're eating is literally changing the way that you're being, right? You are what you eat. Well, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much we are what we eat, okay? I'm not saying I have the greatest diet in the world. I snack, you know, I when I feel the pangs of hunger, I eat because I feel the sense of, okay, back in the days, right, when we were hunter gatherers, there was no eating time, there was no sleeping time, there wasn't anything very structured like this, right? But then we were also way back in our evolution. So it's important to consider that you can be disciplined, but slightly fluid within that discipline. So I'm talking about this idea of fluid discipline because it's really important, because it's like the bamboo tree, right? In a sense, that's fluid discipline. It's adaptable. It can weave with the time. So then you're not going to get shocked by life if you're like, I can't make my 3:30 appointment today. Oh no, right? Why? Why is that upsetting you so much, sir? Right? Because he's so attached to the time. When you are attached to time, guess what happens? You become an impatient mofo. You become so impatient, right? You're just like, I can't even deal with this right now. I don't have the time. Like, certain people won't even watch this video for this long. You know what I mean? They'll watch it for like 12 seconds and then go away. And that's the thing. Like, information, people who are devoted to a craft, people who are devoted to information, they seek it out irregardless. They see that this messenger is giving something of value that I'm able to start to rearrange in my own consciousness and make sense of it. We have to make sense of things, okay? So really easy. Digestion takes a lot of our energy. So let's see what else takes our energy. I told you these third parties, right? These different organizations might take your energy. The media might be taking your energy. Someone you're dating might be taking your energy, right? Someone you know might be taking your energy. So it's important to have an energy maintenance system. That's just baseline, right? In terms of flow state mastery. You want an energy maintenance system so that when you drop in your energy, you can build it back up. And when you are very high in your energy and you're like, you're anxious, you can bring it down. You can calm it down. Slow it down. Okay. So that's the majesty of energy. It's the fact that we can use our breath like a Google Translate and actually slow down our, give us more energy or give us less, right? So if you speed up your breath, if you start hyperventilating, right? If you start doing the conscious rapid nostril breathing, that's pranayama. But if you do the kapalbhati, right, which is the fire breath, or some people do it like this, that's giving you more energy. Okay, it's raising up the energy levels. To calm you down, however, you need a slower breath. So a deep, right? Dive in deep, okay? Like Infinite Waters says. It has to be like this. Keep holding it. Until it's all gone. Okay, until it's all gone. You guys need to understand that whatever you focus on will create a feeling. Your attention is where your emotion goes. Energy and motion, emotion, right? Whatever you focus on, that is where you're feeling too. So if you focus on lack, guess what you'll be feeling? Sadness, confusion, right? Anxiety, negative valence emotions. However, what if you focused on gratitude? What if you focused on having enough? How would that change your beingness? It would change everything, right? That's the thing. This is where the transformation work comes in, because it changes everything. So stop focusing on what's missing for me, what's not there. Oh, I must have that. It's not there yet. Okay? No. Don't focus on what's missing and stop focusing on what you can't control, right? This is the Stoic principle Stoicism 101, right? Focus on what you can control. And focus on giving rather than getting in relationships. So if you're getting in relationships overrides the giving part, like that reciprocity factor doesn't mix. It's not a relationship. It's not codependent. It's like not interdependent, right? Might be codependent, but it's not interdependent. It's not a co-creation. A coachee and a coach have to have a co-creation where they create with each other. And I'm not trying to advise people as a coach. I'm a facilitator. I help you come to your own conclusions and decisions. But it's like that amazing picture of that coach, taking that ball of like chaotic yarn and like spinning it into one ball of yarn, right? This chaotic crumble of yarn, he's taking, and through the words, through asking the right questions, he's spinning the yarn into a ball. And now the ball is more compact and easy to understand than the subconscious gunk that the person is presenting you with, right? My cat went missing today. That's the problem presented. Now there's something underneath that problem, underneath that problem, underneath that problem, underneath that problem that links to a feeling, to a fact that they've concluded about themselves, maybe a storyline, a role that they were playing. Maybe it was an area of focus in their life that really triggered them. Okay? Here's the thing about triggers. Your triggers are a prerequisite towards your greatness. Okay? Shadow work will actually change your life around, because the shadow is not just the bad stuff, right? Oh, it's the bad stuff, I'll hide it. It's the great stuff. It's the hidden potential as the golden shadow, if you guys have seen that video I made, right? So to influence another human being, we have to know what already influences them. This is all Tony Robbins material, right, that I'm giving you as well. I'm stacking on top of it because I've taken some notes and I want to look at it from this angle. So to influence someone, you have to understand what they are influenced by, right? What do they like? What do they, enjoy? If you don't take that into consideration, you can't lead. You can't be a leader. Okay? Yes, you can do all the research on your client, on your organization, and get really wrapped up there and make sure that everything is hunky-dory and everything is in perfect accordance. Of course, we must follow a code of ethics. Of course, we must go through that process. However, it's really, really important that we know the power of influence. Okay? Saying to somebody, hey, I don't know if you want to or not, like I'm not making a big deal out of it, but there's a really cool movie and it'd be so cool if maybe next week we could see it. It'd be so awesome just spending time together and watching a movie. Just such a great idea. What do you think? Right? Notice in this sentence, it sounds normal, like someone inviting someone to a movie. But now there is this understanding of rapport that is being built because you understand that this person is influenced by spending time with this person. So it'd just be kind of nice to spend time with you. So there's this underlying thing, right, in that statement that I just really want to spend time with you, and the movie will be one link or connection point that we can do this. Do you see the calibration, the micro calibration here? Okay. So understand that what is somebody influenced by? Like, what really is it that makes them influenced? A very, very important question here. Because once you know that, you know their blueprint. If you know a person's blueprint, like I know my blueprint, but that's also based upon years and years of, really doing that self-awareness work. To know yourself is really this journey. So to know somebody else, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. You don't have the same pair of eyes that they have. You haven't lived through their experience. But you can find these subconscious neural connections, right? These pathways. And if you can link in pathways, if your neurons can link, then you are connected psychically. Very important, right? You have an image of a person in your mind, you're connected psychically with them, believe it or not. How do we break this? Well, why would you want to break it? Maybe it's trying to tell you something, right? Maybe it's trying to reveal something to you. You don't know. You don't know what the subconscious information you're given, what it's meant for. Now, through countless people, we understand that people have been able to dive into their subconscious and found the secrets of their hidden temple and then move forward and crushed it in the world, right? So this is really the most important hardwiring work that we can do is, first of all, repetition, but second of all, making sense of something. If something doesn't make sense, it's going to be impossible to even evaluate that thing. So it's got to make sense, and it's got to make sense to you. Okay? My bad, there's something in my throat. Everybody else in the group, let's say you're hanging out with some people, they might have an understanding. And you could be like a conformist and be like, oh yeah, I guess I agree with that too, and not really have an opinion. Just kind of be a bystander, just kind of watch and see what people are saying. Or you can understand that there's something deeper here. Okay? This piece of information that this person is giving me is not about the superficial layer that they're presenting me with. Okay? There is an entire hailstorm of an effect that is available if you look deeper within the surface. Okay? So to influence another person, we need to know what influences them. The next thing I want to state is there's two things that influence everybody. And I mean everybody. Just two things. Number one, your state. Your state influences everybody. Straight up. Your state influences your decisions more than anything else. More than anything else on the planet, your state of beingness determines your decision making. If you're in flow state, you're decisive, right? You're very decisive because otherwise you'd stop. If you've decided on something, you're committing to something. That's the flow. That's the consistency. And that's how I'm able to make videos every day. You saw like a couple of days ago, I missed out on, oh no, Dave posting. Well, I posted the next day. The next day I'll post 2 more videos if I miss a day or so. It's just, it is what it is, man. Every single day commitment. And that's the thing. That is the understanding of what are you saying to the universe if you're consistent. You're saying that you're committed. You're saying that I have survival value in this. I have stake in this, right? There is something that is generating over time. This is the power of a business owner working for 7 years at a company and gaining to a prestige that is just unsurpassable at that point, right? Because it's very important to understand that commitment, that patience, right? Patience means you're not attached to time. That's all patience is. Okay? You're not super like obsessed with like making that 4:59, meeting. It's like 1 minute off of the time and you're like really conservative or rigid or very like you're like, oh no, I was a minute late, or some people got an A minus on A. It's like, no, I really wish I could get rid of that minus, right? And you get trapped in this perfection dimension, which sounds great. It sounds fantastic. Perfection dimension, hey, like, hey, perfection dimension sounds great. I wanna be perfect, right? But what happens is it starts to create boundaries, a lot more boundaries than you can allow. So the main thing that gets you forward is resourcefulness, and we know this. And Tony Robbins, he said it before, it's not about resources, it's about resourcefulness. And this is where the magic happens. You've seen people who've had the toughest times in life. What has gotten them through is their resourcefulness, their creativity, their innovation, their ability to make something out of nothing. They are the true alchemists of this world, and that is what we're striving for. We're taking all the mess and making it into your message. We're taking the traumas and making it into triumph. Okay? We are doing the work for transformation, and flow state is what makes that happen. I posted that quote, right? You know the one I'm talking about. No, maybe some of you don't because you don't follow my Instagram page. You better follow my Instagram, okay? That's how you get updated on these things. The quote was, flow state can turn a weakling into a strong man, a dabbler into a painter, and it just, it gave different examples, and this was by a Harvard psychiatrist, right? It's so true. It's like that is the phone booth that Clark Kent gets into to become Superman, right? And once you have that phone booth, that is your program, that is your whatever it is you do, your niche. It could be, even if you're not a business owner or an entrepreneur, even if you work for someone or you work for a company or maybe you're unemployed, whatever it is, right? You're still working for yourself. You're working for a cause, and you're working for your signature blueprint. The second thing is the blueprint. Okay. Okay, I think I was disconnecting for me a little bit here. Okay, so let me wrap up. Okay, let me make this a 30-minute one instead. So the second most important thing that influences everybody is their blueprint. Their blueprint is basically their paradigm, their way that they see the world, their frame, their understanding, right? So again, just someone who just joined in, I'm going to wrap up soon, but I just want to say these 2 points for you. One is the two things that influence everyone. Okay, so the first one is state, and the second one is blueprint. Okay, the blueprint is like, let's say that you approach somebody and you greet them like your long lost friend from like 17 years ago. Hey man, like that's a different vibe than just going in, hey, what's up, right? Now, you want to find the midpoint. Obviously, don't over exaggerate and be like, hey man, to a complete stranger. That's all maybe off putting for them, right? So you have to be micro calibrated in the sense of like, hey, this person might not know who I am. So let me give some context, right? Context is king, content is not king. This content works within the context of Flow Zone Academy, in the context of the Flow Mo Sapien program, where I take you through 12 weeks where you unstuck yourself completely, right? We go through the chakra systems at first, things like this. Context is Bay, as Ryan says, right? Context is Bay. so it's important to understand this, because if you don't have the context and you just approach someone, so the vibe is like, okay, this person is a long lost friend, right? And I'm approaching them and I'm saying hi to them like they're a long lost friend. You're going to go a little bit hype, right? You're going to be like, hey, what's good, right? It's like that energy. It's like up here rather than, oh, hey, what's up, right? It's like, it's not that low of an energy. So you have to find the midpoint, the sweet spot between the framework of long lost friend and the framework of, hey, I'm talking to someone really new, right? And so you've got to know their blueprint and the state. So Ryan, just to recalibrate, I was just mentioning that the two things that influence everybody. Number one is state, right? Your state influences your decisions more than anything. And number two is the person's blueprint, right? And so once you understand someone is in a very specific state of mind, and they have a very, very specific paradigm or blueprint or subconscious programming, you know them. You basically know them, and you can know what influences them if you know what they're influenced by, you can then influence them. Does that make sense? Because everybody has a specific thing that they want, right? And overarching themes like in self-help, that's why they sell a lot, right? Money, relationships, right? It's like everybody kind of wants the same end results, right? They want to have a good life in general. And so, like I was saying earlier, the context of a good life is really, really important, right? There's an Epicurean good life for just seeking pleasure, overarching, like just going for that. The context of that really sets up. Hold on, it says my connection is unstable. Okay, I think I'm audible. Am I audible, Ryan? Anyway, so that's what I've been thinking about. Energy is the base, okay? Just a recap of the video, okay? Energy is the base because you need energy to create a strategy. Disappoint your disappointments, procrastinate on your procrastinations, doubt your doubts. Use the medicine against itself, use the power of the thing against itself, right? Digestion takes a lot of energy. You have to know what takes away your energy throughout the day, so you can find an energy system or an energy maintenance unit for yourself, right? Then you have what you focus on, you feel the most. Okay, your feelings are determined by what you focus on. So if you're focusing on what's missing, what's not there, what's bad, or whatever, then you can't control it, and you can't. You're focusing on what you can't control as well, rather than what you can, right? Giving and getting in relationships have got to be balanced. Okay, it can't be like someone is only giving, someone is only getting. It's like that doesn't work. It doesn't want to be like transactional. It's got to be fun, like right vibes. So and the last point was to influence a human being. We have to know what already influences them, right? And the two things that influence everybody are state and their blueprint. Okay, so I'm wrapping up here. Ryan, if you want to watch, I did like a freestyle at the beginning of this freestyle rap. Anyway, have an incredible day, guys. May the flow be with you. I have a client call really short. Oh, I have boxing and then a client call. So yeah, have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today. Boom. Upward spiral gang. You already know. Yang gang. Big dick energy.